about just the way the FTC has handled this and the response you might see from the companies as well. Can you bring us behind a little bit about any communication you've had with CVS, Cigna, and UnitedHealth in particular here?
Thank you so much for having me on the show. So the FTC conducted an investigation into the three big PBMs that control over 80% of the prescriptions filled in this country. And what we discovered is that their rebate scheme drove prices up for insulin, so much so that over the last few decades, the price of insulin has risen over 1,200%. And so the FTC investigated these practices and today filed a lawsuit alleging that the rebate scheme is an illegal business practice that harms consumers, especially patients. And we know 1 in 4 Americans with diabetes have trouble paying for these medications right now.
To that end, when you saw the price of the increase of these medications, how did you draw the line? And what was it exactly that got them there at the end of the day? And what does it say, frankly, Douglas, about the other drugs being sold?
So the rebate scheme is complicated and opaque, but simply put, the PBMs make a lot of money on the rebates. And what that means is that it pushes the price, the sticker price of the manufacturer's drugs higher and higher because they can extract higher and higher rebates. In fact, it just turns competition right on its head. And there's a basic tenet of competition that it should lower prices, but in this case, it actually was the reverse. And these price increases can have a huge impact on patients, especially people with high deductibles and premiums who may be paying the cost of the medication on the sticker price. And you pointed out correctly that this behavior isn't exclusive to insulin. Although the lawsuit is focused on insulin, this type of allegedly illegal scheme applies to a lot of different drug categories as well.
Well, bring us a little more behind what you're looking at here, because if you had taken a look at insulin prices here, and certainly a very important medication for many, many Americans, how far can your kind of scope go here as you take a look at pharmacy benefit managers?
Well, you're right. Our lawsuit is focused on insulin, and we'll seek to make the case in court that this rebate scheme is one that does have anti-competitive effects. But this scheme could be applied to other categories of drugs. And so if we're able to win the lawsuit, we may suggest or go for an injunctive remedy that could be applied across a wider category of drugs.